Hey everyone, welcome to class 5 of our Cozy Simple Socks. We are at the point now where you have picked up the heel stitches up the side of your heel, and we are back now able to work in the round, which we are going to be working the foot now. We're going to be doing some decreasing to get us back down from where we're at down to the 44 stitches that we started with for the cuff. Our foot is also going to be 44 stitches. But right now, if you had picked up 11 stitches along the side of your heel flap, you would have 18 stitches on needle 1. I have one extra because if you remember in the last video, I picked up an extra stitch there. So I've actually got 19, which is no big deal. I'll show you how we're going to deal with that. We've got 22 on our instep stitches. And then likewise, if you picked up 11 up the side of your heel flap here, you should have 18. I ended up picking up 13 there. So I've actually got 20 on this needle. There again, doesn't matter. It's not going to change what we're going to do here. I'm going to tell you how we're going to make it work. So we're going to start by doing a round of decreasing and then a round of knit, even knit, and a round of decreasing and a round of knit until we are back down to 44 stitches. So on needle 1 here, we are going to knit to the last 3 stitches, and then we're going to knit 2 together and we're going to knit 1 at the end. So I'm just going to do that so you can see what I mean. So get to 3 stitches left, and we're going to knit 2 together, knit 1. Okay, and that was needle 1. Okay, so we've done our little decrease there. Now we're going to knit evenly along needle 2. And I was going to mention, we'll talk about this a little bit more as we get farther down. Sometimes you get a little hole right here. I've got a little one on this side here after you've done your pickup along the side of your heel. I'm going to show you how to deal with that later. Don't worry about it. Totally normal. Nothing to worry about either there or there. And no big deal. So now on needle 2, we are just going to knit. And pull up nicely, fairly firmly on that first stitch and the second stitch. And like I said in the last video, always pull up nice and firmly on the third stitch, and that really helps close up gaps. Okay, so I'm just knitting evenly across this needle here. And this is needle 2. Okay, so now we're going to start on needle 3, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a little decrease here, but we're going to do it a little bit differently than we did on needle 1. We're going to start by knitting 1 stitch normally and pull up nice and tight on that one, and then we're going to slip the next stitch like we were going to knit it, but just slipping it from your left needle to the right needle, and then knit your third stitch nice and firmly, and then you're going to pass your slip stitch over your knit stitch just like we did earlier on the heel. It's a lift and lift over, thereby decreasing right there. Okay, and then we're going to knit to the end of that needle. keep knitting to the end of this needle. And then we're going to do a full round of just knit. Okay, and we're going to repeat those 2 rounds. So we just did our decrease round, a full round, so knit on needle 1, knit on needle 2, knit on needle 3 on the next round, and then we're going to repeat those 2 rounds, so a round of decrease, a round of knit, a round of decrease, a round of knit, until we are back down to 44 stitches. And because for myself here, for example, I have a couple of extra stitches from my heel pickup, it's going to take me, on this side, it's going to take me an extra round to get down to, well, we have 22 on our instep, which means we want to get down to, back down to having 11 on needle 1, and we're going to have 11 on needle 3. So you're just going to keep repeating those 2 rounds until you're down to that number. And super simple. Like I say, because I had 2 extra stitches on this side, on this needle anyways, I'm going to have to do 1 extra decrease right at the end, technically, to get down to where I need to be. So you'll be down to 11, 22, and 11. Okay? And that is it for your, they call this instep shaping usually. So we're just shaping the instep of our sock so that we can get down to our 44 stitches for our foot. So start with a round of decrease, a round of knit, round of decrease, round of knit. And like I say, mark them off so that if you the phone rings in the middle of something and you're like, oh, I can't remember where I was, definitely keep track of your rounds so you know where you are. And like I say, we will deal with that little hole at the corner there if you've got one later on. And but for now, you can do your decreases. So get yourself down to 11 on needle 1, 22, of course, stays the same on needle 2, and 11 on needle 3. So you've got a good number of rounds to get down the decreasing happening down there. Okay, have fun. We will be back, what's today? Today is Monday. We'll be back tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock as well, Tuesday night. Have a good evening.